I'm here with Arnold Martinez, and he's going to go over a couple of the paintings, or a few of the paintings, that I've gotten from him. Alright, here we go. Got the first one right here. That's the University of Tampa,
Yes,
and it's the West Veranda.
the west side veranda. Mhm.
Okay. And then we got over here, the Rough Riders. Tell me the story about that really.
Well, the Rough Riders commissioned me to come up because it was the 100th birthday of the Spanish-American War. And this is what I came up with. Actually, these four oval paintings here tell the story. This is the battleship Maine that started the war. The Americans went to war against the Spaniards. And then this is when they went to war, this is the Tampa Bay Hotel. They made that their headquarters when they came here. And this is Port Tampa. That's where they left to go to Cuba to fight. But they did not have enough ships to take the horses. So they just took a few, and mostly the officers. So actually the Rough Riders became infantrymen. And this is the Rough Riders going up Kettle Hill. Now this is the actual infantrymen taking over San Juan Hill. So when the Rough Riders finished taking Kettle Hill, then they went to help the infantrymen take over San Juan Hill. And of course, this is
Teddy Roosevelt?
Teddy Roosevelt coming out of the hoop, and then the flags.
What do we got here?
That is the Sacred Heart Church downtown, the oldest cathedral here in Tampa. And it took me, well, the actual original was 36 by 48. It took me 6.5 or 7 years to do the painting. And what's unique is that I painted it about as close to 3D as I could get it. But what's unique is that all of the small images are miniature paintings, so you can decipher all the facets without any interruption of bad shadows.
Nice.
This depicts 1937 on the corner of 15th Street and 7th Avenue looking east. And in this painting, I did that painting for a very small postcard, which actually had the corner and the Ritz Theater, but did not have the trolley, the electrical wires it takes to operate it, or the poles. But since I worked for Tampa Electric, I was able to put in the trolleys, the poles, and the wires.
And you're also depicted in here, right?
Yes, I'm in here in the corner. I also implemented my parents on the right-hand side. The second kid is my brother, and I'm the smallest. And then also here on the trolley, there's a kid that is hitching a ride with his bicycle. That's me again. And then my favorite street vendor is the guy with the bicycle that sold
Double crabs.
Double crabs, croquetas de jaiba. And his were the best because at that time in our bay we used to catch humongous blue crabs.
That you're talking about McKay Bay?
No, right here in Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
And Causeway.
Causeway. And now we have this one, the Centennial.
Yeah, this is the Centennial of Tampa, and in 1987, the city commissioned me to come up with a rendition, and the actual painting is almost 24 by 36. But this is actually a souffle, a reproduction on canvas of the original, which is this one is much smaller. So what it depicts everything is like Ybor City, downtown. The county courthouse is right here. This is City Hall. This is Tampa Bay Hotel, which is now the University of Tampa, and this is the old stadium with the tall ships in the background. And this is the famous flight of Tony Jonas, which the St. Pete mayor paid him to fly him over to Tampa, to Davis Island.
And he was the first paid flight.
Well, since he recorded what he did, and actually it's the first flight, passenger flight. So he's in the history book. Now, if you go to our Tampa International Airport, you'll see that they have a Tony Jonas terminal. And in the 3rd floor, where there's a very long hall that goes to the Marriott Hotel, there's a little cubby hole there that they've got with plastic or glass, and it I think it even has that little airplane, and it tells a story.
How about these roosters over here, waking up everybody in Ybor City?
Well, these are roosters and hens that years ago, these roosters were taught to fight, cockfighting.
Okay.
So when they outlawed them, the people that owned them turned them loose, and a lot of people here in Ybor City stayed with them. And these are
jobless fighters.
Yeah, huh? What?
They're jobless fighters.
Oh yeah, but they're still.
Okay, so we got over here, this one right here.
That's the silver ring, which is actually painted with the Cuban coffee and water, one of my innovative or inventive mediums, which actually I'm one of the only one in the world that uses different products by just using water. The result always relates to the image. So this is the silver ring sandwich and soup and sandwich shop. And to me, they made, at that time, they made the best Cuban sandwich. And it's right on 7th Avenue and 19th Street. Just about one little store over to the south west side.
West side, okay.
Yeah.
Now we have some Cuban coffee over here.
Yeah, that's my mother's coffee strainer and her coffee stand and her porcelain pot. Those coffee strainers were handmade at that time. You can't get them that good anymore. And actually, this is the coffee that she used, Naviera. So actually, that painting is done with that particular time of Cuban coffee, which is still roasted today, and it goes all over the world and it's still being sold. So I use the Cuban coffee of that particular Naviera and just water, process into a substance as thick as molasses or thicker. It'll be very dark. I paint on canvas. Then I have a very special sealer that I apply to protect it. And what hangs here is what I mixed and processed that always relates to the image. The ticket is that it always relates to the image.
Got it.
So according to the many tourists and people that I've met that have seen my art, that are into the art, to say that I've yet to see an artist that uses all these different products by just using water, the end results always relates to the image.
Don't tell them about our Tampa secret.
What's that?
That you can relate the image to the paint.
Why? Why shouldn't I?
Because that's our secret.
Well, I'm not going to tell them how to do it.
Yeah, don't tell them how to do it. That's what I meant.
It's not an easy thing to do.
All right. Don't tell them the chemistry part.
No.
We got some fruit here.
Yeah, that's the still life. The original is 24 by 36, and that's our dining table, which I put all this fruit on there, and then took a picture, and then from that I did the painting. And but that's done with acrylic. Anything in color is acrylic. Anything in the brown tones are my innovative or inventive mediums.
What do we have over here? We got something you did for me. This is awesome.
That's your thing from college, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's a
coat of arms. It's my coat of arms.
Coat of arms in French from your school days in college.
And you did an awesome job for me.
Yeah.
All right, that was great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Now we're gonna go in my backyard and we're gonna hit some golf balls.
Okay.
Okay, we got Arnold Martinez out here. He's lining up his shot for my backyard par 3. The par 3 is about, 45 yards. And he's used to smashing the golf ball all over the place in Tampa, Florida. Let's see a swing. Let's see what you got. Practice.
One of your balls.
Where'd we go? To the park?
Went to the right. Yeah.
All right, that's a goner. Go. Oh man, that's awesome. Christopher right there with Martinez. They're gonna duke it out in Florence Villa Beasley, Oak Park. The par 3, the backyard challenge.
That was about the best shot we've hit out here in a week, if I can say, by the way.
Hang on. We're in
Oh,
play.
it bounced back.
You gotta bounce off the oak tree.